Character overall, so I think it's still Celeste overall. Favorite character after Celeste? I don't know, I guess Kyoko. Which again just kind of sounds like, Scott, you're picking all the girls, but all the males have like different reasons for me to not like them, so. I don't even have a favorite male, I think they're all shit. But yeah. Right. We have one of our moderators for this game, Lightning, who will be about at some point. We have this constant argument that best girl, of who is best girl. He says Kyoko, I say Celeste. That's a constant argument, but yeah, I can understand people liking Kyoko. I prefer the aesthetic of Celeste a bit more. I hate the fact that they put coins in the freaking surveillance cameras. I don't click the surveillance cameras anymore. That's like the 100th time of clicking them. Oh, by the way, if you're new here, there's voice acting, like my voice acting. I'm not professional. I wouldn't even say I'm good. Apologies in advance. But I've been doing this for over 20 hours now. Apologies. This is my first time seeing the shelf. I just can't get over how big it is. Should probably take a closer look at it. Wow, thanks, Jane. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Oh wow, okay. Looking at all this shit. These are footprints? And they're only in front of the left shelf. Here we go. He's a lot like another cat from a different thing. Alright, okay. Well, unfortunately, I kind of ruined his voice in this one, so I hope I don't ruin it too much for you. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? Oh yes, crumpets. How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Well, let's go. Chop chop. You milky bitch. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Oh, milky bitch. He comes out with the best insults. That's what we've learned about Byakuya. It might not be scripted, but he comes out with the best insults. What's the other thing that you're like... So you're saying that you... Because he's a lot like from another thing. Annoying Snail. What other thing is he from? The improv moments are really funny. It might not be scripted. So, how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. You soggy prick. I don't want to try too hard, but we'll see how we go. For me? So, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. It reminds me of logging Sanders from Sanders' Sides. Ooh, I haven't heard of that one. I'm assuming it's an anime, but that's just might be me being a twat. But apologies, I just thought I'd figure to ask this in case I did hear of it. They came in, went straight to that shelf, but whatever they did to it, and then left. That's what their footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
Certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? Oh, okay. But Thomas Sanders alter characters. Okay. No.
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes, and I'll confirm their size for myself.
Good evening, Zombie Girl. How is Zombie Girl today? Hope it hasn't been too crazy of a week for you. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Wacky had said.
I see, your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints.
Unfortunately.
But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to.
Yeah, they confirm recast for the reboot movies. Is that for... So I've heard that they're doing movies for 1 and 2, which I am quite excited for. I didn't know they'd revealed the cast. I thought it was just speculated cast, so I don't think I've seen... Oh yeah, someone's tagged us in it, but I didn't read it properly. I've heard of it. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know who's cast. But yeah, I'm more excited for that than the other one they're doing. It seems strange that they're doing 2 different ones, but hey ho. But yes, very excited. Oh. And these prints are a really valuable clue. Oh, have they? Kind of like they did Chris in 7 then, I guess. Oh, we just want to reinvent the character and then not reinvent the character for the next game. Okay, Capcom, you do you. That's fine. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. Better not leave a footprint. Oh, why is this worse than usual? There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Was this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4.
Would you like to hear something interesting?
No.
I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this.
This powder must have been spilled.
So in other words,
That's right! It can only have been around the time of the incident.
If that's really when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Look, C4. It's in the bomb. I should probably take a good, hard look at the powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of the broken bottle. Looks like the bottle was labelled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left-hand side of the shelf. No worries, Nil. Thank you for stopping by. Feel free to drop a follow if you're enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm happy you stopped by. It's those voices, man. Pesto cast looks more like Carlos. I'll have to double check it to see. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet. You're probably right though. They get weird sometimes with casting. According to Wacky, the powder would have been spilt right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Right, let's check this cupboard then. Let's see, what's on this shelf? All kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. Why does one have a skull and crossbones on it then? The potion drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All containers on this shelf have been labelled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section. A. So C should be in the right one, so why is this in the wrong one? Huh? But wait. There's one bottle that's been labelled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here by accident? check B for no reason whatsoever. How's my week been so far? It's been pretty shit. I have a family member who's not got long left with us, and unfortunately it's just a case of kind of waiting it out. So mood around me is quite low at the minute, which is kind of sparking a ton of other shit off that I'm not feeling great about. But it's fine. Don't worry about it. As long as I'm streaming, I feel a lot better when I'm streaming, so that is fine. How has your week been so far? How are the little zombie people? So on this shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are.
Oh, they're reagents.
Or reagents? Reagents, probably.
Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? Surely must be bliss.
Isn't that kind of harsh?
What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well, you tit.
I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now, I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labelled with the letter B. There's also a came in here as well, and a number. I guess it should be considered section B. Don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. I did the same thing in 2019. The Grandad, I get you. Yeah, it's been going on for a while, so I've kind of accepted it. I accepted it a while ago. I'm quite good with death in general, but again, other people aren't as good, and that's kind of affecting the mood. But yeah, the little people are good. That's perfect to hear. On this shelf is one look, and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All containers on this shelf are labelled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. Let's try to find out more about this shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten to the protein powder from Section A. What concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? They just swapped it over, but why would they be deceiving people? There's definitely something going on there. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look at the rec room. Really? I kind of figured I was done with the rec room, but sure. Yeah, that's what I was saying, but like... But if we're thinking it's like an assisted suicide, then why would you swap them? Like, from what we can see, we're not deceiving anyone, but yeah, I'm thinking that. Someone swapped them and then put them in one place as like a blanket kind of idea. We could be wrong. How dare you, Mr. Midnight? How fucking dare you? Do you know who I am?
What dare you, you milky bitch?
Oh. So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? Tokiyoko, Takan Hero told me. I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go to her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway.
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of bags, and Monokuma's bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. Yeah, so the theory is Sakura gave everyone a note saying, meet me here so we can talk. Theoretically, everybody said no. We found this wrapper that fell out of Hero's pocket, and we don't know why. I think me and you were thinking maybe like a Russian roulette thing last week, but we don't know. So there's definitely something shady going on, but we don't know what it was. Kyoko said that the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue? Huh? This magazine is upside down! Yeah, possibly. And the sweets were from the warehouse. And Hina took the entire box and kept them with her? Something like that. Don't hold me to that one though. Yes, okay. We're on this. That's right. Okay, cool. Right. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey.
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in blood. Bold, bloody letters. It said... Toko. Why? Could this be a dying message?
Correct.
It would appear you found it. Kyoko, this is...
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message?
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of the others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Oh, it's definitely Hina, however. Somehow, somewhere, for some reason, it's ended up being Hina. And the rest's just bullshit. Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. No, we fucking can't. You're shit at this. I can see why you would think that, but... It just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Explains what the puddle of blood is, I guess? Like, just like a one-off thing to write a message? There's shards of glass scattered around the chair she was sitting on. This is all red. And the top and bottom sections of a bottle. This was originally being a bottle. On top of that, near the glass, Monokuma figure. Fits in the palm of my hand. Wait about a second, just suicided and someone else is trying to pin it on Toko. Or Byakuya. Ooh. That's the thing, I don't know how this works if it's a suicide. I think Kyoko said she'd found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. The queen was smashed? Or the knight? Something new, something new.
Hey.
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. It's gotta be the pieces, right? Correlation. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
So...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. That's so smart. It's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer. I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you everything to begin with. Only to a degree. Oh, so I didn't get to find out now. Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma balls that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? Smashes the bottle over his head. Does this kill you? An experiment?
Anyway.
Ooh. Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Does it murder? We found the new show, lads! Today we ask, will this knife murder? Yes, it will! Join us next week where we take a Rubik's Cube. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
Doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Wacky is not here, so...
So then.
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to get a bottle of glass. You're supposed to be guarding? And with that, Kyoko left the room. I don't really know what this is about, but... what choice do I have? I better just do it. Took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. I'm assuming a piece is going to be missing. They might even be going to get the other bottle. It's the same type of bottle as is in the chem lab. Ooh. Ooh. Just as I finished up. Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then.
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So, what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words.
How did the piece get swapped? As in the Monokuma piece. Wow. Wow, Ipsies. Wow. Can't believe you just reminded me that my best girl's dead. Cheers, Ipsies. You're the best. I understand you can't type too much, so that's fine. But hello? How are hands doing? Are they at least getting better? Oh, they're still pretty fucked at the minute, and you shouldn't really be typing. Again, headbutting the keyboard is fine. I got the skill from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected. One of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. No. So, there's a smashed bottle in the chem lab. What if they're the same? What if, like, they took the bottle off here, smashed it in the chem lab, took the piece, brought it here, smashed the bottle here, and just planted the other Monokuma piece? It's getting better, yes. Carried some shopping today and don't do too bad. Nice. Oh well. As long as you're resting it, that's the main thing. I imagine resting it will eventually get better. Just hope it doesn't instantly flare up as soon as you use it. Thankfully, touch wood, I don't have carpal tunnel yet. It's pretty much guaranteed in some way, shape or form, but I don't know how. I know you never sort of get over it, but my mum's even had operations to try and get rid of it, and it hasn't gotten rid of it, so I'm pretty sure once you've got it, you got it. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of the weight of two of the normal Monokuma balls. It's balanced,
In other words,
which means each Monokuma ball weighs about the same. Which makes sense. Monokuma things inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now, here comes the important part. All the pieces you picked up on the side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get all of them, but there's a chance I could have missed some here or there.
so then,
It's either that or someone's took one of the pieces of the bottle, but I wouldn't know why. I feel like this maybe explains the smash bottle in the chem lab. That's just random guess, because I still don't know what that would incorporate into anything. Okay, let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? Yeah, because the bottle... Yeah, I think I'm right. I don't know why, though. How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together.
hey,
And I believe you will arrive to one very persuasive correlation. Conclusion. Meh. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Right. So yeah, I think it's... So the bottle that was here was actually from the chem lab. The bottle in the chem lab was actually that bottle, and the figurine's just been plopped on the ground here to kind of make it look. What do I do now? Let's talk to you again.
in other words, hey,
Just repeating, are you? Experiments show that the pieces of the glass were heavier than an intact Monokuma bottle. Right, okay. I've got as well as far as to pretty much be sure that the bottles were swapped. I have no fucking idea why. No idea. Why would they be swapped? No, that's the thing. Was just like, yep, this makes sense, but on the bigger from a bigger picture perspective. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? Anything here, while Byaku's alive, anything could just be, fuck you, I'm doing this kind of thing. So I don't know. Apparently, it's an important secret there. I'm going to try, because I think it's trying to get me to actually like find another piece of evidence that correlates. I'm going to try and go back to the chem lab. Do you grab a reagent and mix it with a glass bottle and a Monokuma bottle? Oh, right, okay, I get what you're trying to do. Right, you fuck off. This is my first time being on the shelf, but I can't get over how big it is. No! No! Let's just ask Twatface what he thinks.
I see.
Ah, yes, crumpets, yes. Makoto, I admit you have a good eye for spotting useful clues. But you also need to learn how to make use of those clues.
Oh. No worries. I'm just gonna be sat here confused for a little bit anyway. Oh, I went the wrong way here. Jesus.
I won't forgive you.
That was the killer, I'm sure of it. That magazine proves it. We've got the killer cornered. Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but don't you think you might need to examine the body?
Whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. The kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although, there are still sometimes. Can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it. That's totally normal. Then, how can you...
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. Why? What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
Sakura piss on her shoe. More importantly, look here. Her shoes? You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out. That powder is clue number 1. Okay.
hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Eventually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain.
Would seem-
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow. Instead, received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? There's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. No! It's always too early. Okay. Shit!
You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I?
I mean, if you have to ask.
Okay, then let's begin the class trial.
Alright,
Where to
that's
meet,
fine.
right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
Let's do this shit.
See you soon.
Let's do it! It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, whatever happens, I have to make something happen. Calling Mr. Midnight, we do not have long. I always drop the save here, but I think it asks you to save anywhere, so... Is this it? We re-examined the body. There's yellow powder on the shoe, on Sakura's shoe, which I'm pretty sure is the same powder that's in the chem room. And after Kyoko examined Sakura's head, it appeared there were 2 blows to the head, not just 1. And there's no blood on Sakura's hands. So I think it was done after she died. And then Monokuma got bored, so... yeah, that's all we've got. That's all we're going in with. The ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery!
What?
What the... Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, if you're at a picnic and you find a dead body...
This is just plain creepy.
Well,
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it looks super negative.
indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends?
That's right. That does make me seem sad.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Now then, please get to the elevator. I'll see you all down there. Wasn't a dab, that's directions. It's not a dab. What the hell was that?
I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone? Oh, it was absolutely heinous.
Don't look at me.
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean.
I didn't murder anyone.
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? You suggy bin bag whore. Whatever.
Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit.
The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. You can see the smile from here, and it wasn't mentioned once. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. That person is here. That person is one of us. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way towards the elevator. With each step, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison of total silence. We watched the doors close, and felt it begin its sinister descent. So few people left, I didn't even realise. The elevator lowered, uttering all its too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. So only one person's going to die here, but then that leaves 4 people. No. Me, Kyoko, Tako, Byakuya. Yeah, 5. Only 5 of us. Because Hina did it, so Hina's going to die. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. Exactly, it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end one last classmate again, or will our school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Now then, are we ready? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened for a fourth time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Right then, class trial time. Let's review the truth bullets, as always. Monokuma file number 4. Victim was Sakura Ogami. Time of death was estimated to be around 12 noon. Body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor. There was evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. We know there are 2. Also stuck my face, but I can't wait for this part. Oh, mate, I'm so hungry. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered a violent vomiting of blood, which I forgot about. A chair had been jammed against the door within the rec room, blocking the access from the outside. It is believed that the killer did this to create a locked room scenario. Is it the part where it replays over and over until something finally clicks in your head? Yeah, basically. Sakura was found dead, seated in a chair, slumping forward. Traces of blood were found around her mouth, presumably from where she vomited blood. However, there was no injury or indication as to why she had been vomiting blood. Bloodstain was found in front of the shelf of magazines. The blood was presumed to be Sakura's. There was currently no explanation for how the bloodstain would have appeared so far away from the victim was found. At one point, Ioi had been injured and taken to the nurse's office. After she was taken care of, she gave a piece of candy to Sakura, which had this type of wrapper. According to Ioi, she had monopolized this candy as soon as it had become available, so obtaining the piece would have been difficult to impossible. There were pieces of red glass scattered near the table of the rec room. After finding the top and bottom pieces, it was concluded that the shards must have come from a bottle. Monokuma figure found lying on the rec room floor. It would fit roughly in the palm of your hand. There are a number of red bottles on the shelf in the rec room. Inside each bottle is a Monokuma figure. Additionally, there seems to be some kind of unknown correlation between the bottles. Wait, looking at that, there's 2 bottles missing. Which is true. The queen, so we have the knight, the queen's missing? No, one of the headpieces missing. I can't tell if that's a queen or a king from here, but basically that's missing, and we have the knight. We don't know where the other one is. Fuck. Okay. An empty protein drink was found near the rec room door. The container had a label reading Chem A2. Shards of glass from the window that was broken to get into the room were found both around and beneath the container. We thought it's been on the chair and fell off. Seems irrelevant, but it's this game, so fuck knows. I forgot about this bit. A fresh handprint was found inside the rec room's open locker. Since the locker was open before they opened the locked room, there's no way someone was hiding in there before they arrived. Someone was hiding there as they arrived? Okay. Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, and Yoshihiro, asking them to meet her in the rec room by noon. She had slid these notes underneath each person's room door. Byakuya confirmed that he received Sakura's note, but also claimed that he never went to see her, and in fact had not seen her at all that day. Toko confirmed that she received the note, but also claimed that she never went to see her. Small bit of garbage fell out of Yoshihiro's pocket. It was a piece of paper with red polka dot on it. Which again is the same wrapper as the sweet. Yellow powder was on the instep of Sakura's foot. Sakura suffered 2 blows to the head, not 1. No blood was found on either of her hands. Although Monaco bottles appear to be roughly the same weight, however, when the bottle shards were weighed against the intact bottle, the shards were found to be heavier. On the magazine shelf, one magazine had been put back upside down. Inside the magazine, Toko's name had been written in blood. It is assumed that whoever wrote it used their finger to do so. Oh! But there's no blood on Sakura's hand, so it can't have been Sakura that did it. Yeah, but he could have just... Yeah, okay. On the shelf of the chem block, Section A contains supplements, Section B contains reagents, and Section C contains harmful chemicals. A bottle of poison labelled as Section C had been placed on Section A of the shelf. There was a broken bottle in front of the chem lab shelf which was labelled Chem C4. Powder on the floor is assumed to have come from this. According to Wacky, the powder would have been spilled after the incident took place. Okay. I think the sweet was rolled in that. Why were the bottles swapped? That makes no sense. Someone had left footprints in the powder spilled in the chem lab. These footprints appeared only near the leftmost section of the shelf. From this, it can be assumed that the suspect only had business in this area. After the accident. Before the incident, they could have been here and done whatever. Right, okay. Let's check our skills. We've got fuck all though. Oh, we've got vocabulary. Increases bullet capacity. Effective duration. Effective during the bullet time. Ooh. So what? We can now hold more bullets using the right button. Right then. Here we go. So I have to try and remember all the mechanics.
Basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Such a great concept.
Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Oh, fucking no way.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
It was clearly you. It sucks that it's so obvious. If it's not you, I'll hold my hands up, but it's absolutely you.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'd never kill someone. No way.
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. Oh, we're here already. Jesus Christ. Okay. What was yours count? Oh, the notes.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you could get.
Oh, fuck, here we go. Why he expects those three specifically? Oh, right, okay. It's not the only reason. It's not the only reason.
One of you killed.
And what reason do you...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any...
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
Ah!
Oh, that's about as low as you can.
I hate. It's the aim of that fucking.
You killed.
And what reason do you have for...
Because you hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
Ah!
That's about as low as you can. It was one of you killed.
And what reason do you...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any...
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low.
I think, right, if I was doing all this in one sitting, I'd be better at this bit by now. But because I take like a week off every time.
One of you killed.
And what reason do you have?
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make...
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can.
Right, I need to focus. I need to focus more. I need to focus more. It's definitely right. I just need to focus.
One of you killed.
And what reason do you...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't...
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
No, it's wrong.
I need to try and focus more.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three.
Imagine if it's Hero. Oh my god. Can't disagree with Hina. There's no reason to suspect. There's a good reason to suspect all three of them. Then, does that mean one of them did it? Pocket trash. Right, okay.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious.
Right.
One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
That's fine.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here.
Fuck you.
No, it's wrong. Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember?
Dickhead.
It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
It's definitely less hand-holdy because it never really told us that correlation. I don't think.
That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
Oh no. Was it actually him?
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
I kind of want it to be just as not obviously Hina, but
Sakura. It's the only explanation.
I feel like he was been framed badly like multiple times now, so.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but
Go on, you had sex with her. Go on.
but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
Oh, what Hero said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have got the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. The only reason I know that is...
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it. I mean, what I meant was...
Oh man, you need to start telling the truth now, you stupid idiot.
Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
This is Byaku level fuckery going on right now. You need to stop it.
Quite a sudden hostility.
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're a hooker.
You are a husky.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
All right.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What would a shiny message even
Scene of
be?
the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right?
There's no blood on her hands, so
It was
when
her
would that have happened?
dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
Ah, shut the fuck up, you.
See? See? Toko did it.
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
Byakuya definitely wrote it in there, didn't he? Just using the pool of the blood, just like, yeah, Taco.
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hero, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime.
Oh, yeah.
So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Oh! Get fucked! Hold on. But when we found the message in the magazine, right, it was on the magazine shelf. But it was upside down.
You found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
There is something strange about it. Hiro found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
That's fine.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Ah!
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the guy, it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
That's correct.
When I pulled it out,
What's your What I said makes total sense.
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
Why you just do that, you prick?
and I can tell you when I
Ah.
It was only I found the magazine tucked when I pulled it out.
What's your What I said makes total sense.
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
Shit. No. There's a contradiction there somewhere. No, don't start losing health, for fuck's
I
sake.
can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
But you didn't discover it.
I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away
No!
on the magazine shelf.
When I pulled it out,
What's your What I said makes total sense.
I'll try this, but I don't think it's right.
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
And
You know,
I can
no.
tell you when it was only after the investigation had begun.
I found the magazine tucked
I think it's this trick again.
What I said makes total sense.
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
Shit! No!
And I can tell you when it was only after the I found the magazine.
Oh man, I'm gonna stab it in the face.
What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when it was only after the investigation had begun.
What did I just do that for? I'm panicking. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Let me just get to the.
I can tell you exactly when I found the
Let me just do it normally.
when Ogre's body was discovered.
That's fine.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out,
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
I can tell you exactly when I found the when Ogre's body was discovered.
Shoot.
I can tell you exactly
Oh,
I found the when Ogre's
we didn't find
I
it.
can tell you when it was
Magazine
only
stand, magazine
after the
stand.
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
We hadn't found that straight away.
Pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
I can tell you exactly when I found that when Ogre's body was discovered.
Yes! 'Cause we hadn't found it straight away. We found it later on. And why didn't you say anything if you did find it? The prick. I know, I panicked. Fuck.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then.
We get health back with successful ones as well. And the resetting isn't too bad.
Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it?
Because you couldn't have seen it any other time.
All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
What's a Vienna sausage?
He's just trying to confuse us.
Oh, okay.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
It's probably Byakuya. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
No.
100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
That's not how that works. Without a doubt. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura could have wrote that message. Oh, okay. Let's go on for this, apparently.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. Show me the proof.
Bosh!
This should prove it. I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then who did write it?
At this point, I don't think it's Hiro. I think it is still Hina.
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
What?
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But
Yeah, he didn't murder
why
them.
would you write something like that?
Because Because I killed her!
What? No, you fucking didn't. You had him to kill it.
Please, just let me explain what happened.
Go for it.
I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well.
Okay.
Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy.
Oh yeah, sure, thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head.
Right.
I hit her from behind.
He thinks he killed her, but absolutely didn't.
Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed.
Nah, he didn't do the kill shot.
So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
Wait, with what blood?
I can't believe
With the blood from the head?
the worst. I hope you die.
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
I think it's still the suicide then. I think Cyrus just set all this up.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right?
No.
We know who did it.
No. Because there's 2 blows to the head. Not just one.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm not thinking maybe that one hit wasn't enough to kill her. But that something else has happened, and he just thinks he killed her.
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So it's either where we got the blood from, or the fact that 2 bottles were missing. What is it? That didn't make sense. It wouldn't... What he would have had to do after writing the message, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense why he didn't use, why he picked Taco.
I got it!
Yeah, 'cause it was so obviously
That's
hidden.
true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf.
Huh. So he tried to plant it and someone tried to put it away.
Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well,
Oh, come on, give us something.
I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Why you said that in the first place?
Really?
He's lying. He's gotta be lying.
I I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf.
Yeah, Byakuya, yeah.
In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
Who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine,
Must be Taco.
they must not have liked what was written on it.
For the entire time.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hero just admitted it.
Wow. Oh, here we go.
No,
You shut up.
didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
Is it shite?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
I don't think Taco is either.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
I haven't reached the end of this case just yet. Hero isn't the real killer. And I have to prove it. Oh. I'm gonna assume it's the...
I want to, but
that one.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
Yep.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Yeah, first try.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe...
Oh, damn it. Kyoko gets better every time.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
We only found a load of shards.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves.
There's 2 missing.
There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used.
Because 2 chess pieces are missing.
Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right?
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, yeah.
And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle.
Oh, because 2 bottles. That makes more sense.
But originally, there were 6 bottles in total.
But still the top and bottom weren't there, though.
Gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Hangman's Gambit. Connection must be an object inside of those holding. Oh no. Oh yeah, it is Hangman's Gambit. Chess piece. Come on.
Now I understand. That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So the queen's missing.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you?
Way!
Explain.
You uncultured swine!
In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
She missed the Giga Kick. She's playing an older version. Very true.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, and the bottle that was missing. It was excited.
I got it! The bottle must have been...
Oh, excited is an option.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
I will show you. I have a bag. Where is it at?
I got it!
There it is.
Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside.
So Tucker did the same, but it definitely wasn't Tucker that killed her either.
But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Mercury bottle involved in this case must have been used by some bowling aficionados.
I got The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but
But
there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
alright, aye.
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room.
Wait, what?
I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay.
Ooh.
That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
Wait, so that means Sakura was fully aware that Toko was hiding.
And you just now decided to
Oh no,
share
Toko
that
went in
with us?
first.
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Bear with me, guys. Just need something like that a sec.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous.
Don't be silly.
Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it for everyone to find. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you like to hear it? Absolutely. So far, you've probably been pressing the left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought. But from now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now, you have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during the coup de grace. You'll select it the same way you as you would a non-stop debate, simply with the Q key, or use the mouse wheel. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're on mean regardless. Mean? Oh, by the way, you're about... You're about halfway through the game. Go you. Oh my god. We're only halfway through now. Now, ongoing joke from last week. Are we actually only halfway through, or is this just taking the piss? Because it wouldn't surprise me if the last chapters are like whacking levels of long. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh, if we're actually only halfway through, this is so long. I don't know.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you.
Does anybody remember how I...
I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you.
Just got lucky, I guess.
That's enough!
No, they're like a handprint.
This should prove it.
Right, yeah, okay, yeah. So, means more game.
Did you know someone left a handprint
But this
on
game's a long fucking game, and for a talking game, I don't know. Like, I want to play the rest of these. I do not want to play them on stream, though. Well, I maybe do eventually, but like, I want to play the rest of these like right now. Oh. And I feel like I couldn't play them for a while because they take so long. I have to wait ages, kind of like the Pokemon games, and I don't want to wait that long. So it's we'll see. Never say never, because obviously I'm enjoying these. But yeah, we'll see.
They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking.
I also genuinely feel like my voices are pushing people away, so you know that's also another point.
Does his handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
All right.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
I think all three of them did something. I think Byaku have even done something, but none of them did it.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Because the master asked her to.
Then you killed Sakura.
Oh, fucking hell, man. Simmer down, bitch. You milky bitch.
No, I swear, there's no way.
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Oh, this can't be bad if you might actually win one.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
I'll remember that for my betting tomorrow, though.
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
Just a tad, yeah.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
Ooh, my legs.
But when you did, you put it back upside.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
The joy poops.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around,
Oh,
there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines.
really?
I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
So does the fate also trigger the change then? I thought it was just sneezing. I guess when she's such a hero, she became.
It was your fault after all.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Master's fault.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
Oh.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's...
No, I think she
you
planned
know.
it.
But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
That's good. Keep down like that, and Hina's gonna.
That's that. Let's start the vote.
I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hero on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
Ooh. It's definitely Hina.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
Was
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. You smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Nope. She died in a chair.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. Evidence that proves she was attacked in front of her. Oh!
I got it!
Okay.
Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Definitely you.
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Basically, Sakura's shit at dying.
That part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Oh, so she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door?
Nope.
And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker.
It was up when we were looking through.
No, I don't think that's possible.
This is where Toko was hiding in the lockers because I saw it for myself.
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside.
Also, the joke one there was I was inside it. Yeah. Brilliant.
And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
Ooh, do you swap back?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much.
That's my favourite face so far. This is bleh.
You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? There's another possible explanation. Maybe it's... Oh, shit. I think it's the yellow powder.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Ah, fuck.
Shoot!
Right, I need to be careful on this one.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
Oh, shit. If there's one place I might find a clue, would have been written in there. So you're telling me to find another one?
Ogre. If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Oh.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack,
I don't think I've got a star or bullet.
what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
What was it that
Oh,
It wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack. And what was it?
There's no other possible
do we take a
cause.
bullet?
Killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
This doesn't seem like it's the answer at all.
What was it that killed Oda? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack.
No. Fucking hell, man. Use common sense. Don't guess.
Shoot! What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura?
It's this.
I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Ah, it's not this.
Shoot!
We're about to be fucked.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
No, I was using Monokuma File. I was using the Oi's account, which was to say Byakuya got a note.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura?
I don't know.
Anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
Yeah, it does, but I thought I just tried that.
What was it that killed
Oh,
Ogre?
you're right, you're right, you're right.
If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than
Man, that time delay, man. Yeah, well done, Kyle. So you fixated on, like, the three of them that I forgot that, yeah, we're thinking it's suicide.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
Oh, why'd I get lost? Why'd I get lost off like that?
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
Literally.
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
Oh, you actually just give us some information, are you?
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
No.
Well, that's the question,
sure I know where I got it from. It was on section A.
The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
Fuck you.
I mean this.
I was right, it was swapped. So in the big one, so yeah, me and you were right, Mr. Midnight, they've switched bottles. So that's actually got good stuff in it. Yeah. Bottle. Risky player though, isn't it? Can you imagine if he was wrong? I put the bottle on his lips and... I was so shocked at what we were seeing. All I could do was stand there and watch. But as if it were a natural thing in the world, Bianca was calm as ever.
That tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
No.
Flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Bianca took the bottle from Yakia and scraped out the bits of the contents with one finger. And touched the finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Into the Protein X. Must have been in. Oh, doing Gambit, are we? Okay. Pro. Oh, come on. Oh, protein drink. Okay. There we go.
Now I understand. The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
So maybe she didn't know about it?
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison.
I still think Sakura's because Sakura said she's going to end it.
And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Footprints.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf.
I think Sakura did it.
That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
Because the powder is on Sakura's shoe.
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected.
Oh no. Well, yeah.
The footprints were in front of Section A, where I found a bottle meant for the poison.
So you grab the poison from C. As you set it back, you knock the bottle. Bottle falls off. You then go to A, swap it all over, put it back, fuck off, and then there's footsteps are there.
The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Right.
Hina?
Well, don't you sound so fucking surprised.
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
Yep,
Oh, okay.
I did it. I killed Sakura.
Does that mean you didn't?
Just as I suspected.
Ooh.
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
The peasants.
I got it!
Well, it's not going to be fucking anyone. It's not Hina.
Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Oh wow, the double bluff. When you double bluff yourself. Oh, can you imagine? Okay then.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Doesn't explain why there's dust powder on Sakura's shoe though, so there's still that to do. But we don't know why. But might explain what you said.
Plus, Mina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Wow.
Is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
Because she asked me to.
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once.
Huh? She just like, yeah, let's do this shit. No way.
And then
Hold it.
Okay.
I'm not convinced.
Yeah, me neither. That's why I'm like, what?
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves.
But that's what Sakura did.
Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
What the fuck's going on?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint?
Thank you, Michael, for reminding me that the best girl is dead. Thank you very much.
It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
But what point does that have?
That was... I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I left a footprint.
I'm so confused.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
What happens if it was a suicide? Because she's admitted... Oh, I don't know. This is a double bluff? Oh.
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail?
Wait, she's not gonna do that, is she?
Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
We're still trying to work out who killed Sakura. So, we thought... The game... we've always thought it was Hina from the start. Hero was like, oh, I killed her. Turns out, no, he only mildly wounded her. Then Toko said she did it. No, it turns out she also just mildly wounded her. We've worked out that it's poison. Hina's admitted that they did it, but we don't think she did. And now I'm so fucking confused.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Because Hina won't tell us what actually happened for some reason. More reason for no one to not confess, though. That's what I don't get.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Like, say we said Hina, and it wasn't Hina. The Blacken survives, and everybody else dies. Maybe that's it then? Maybe they're just all agreeing, fuck it, let's just kill everybody. Maybe that's it. That's how it ends. Everybody dies. Because they think that there's actually a thing afterwards where you don't actually die.
Fine.
We maybe thought suicide to maybe help Hina get out. Like, it's all framed to look like somebody else did it, and then Hina was actually the black end, and then she survives, and, like, sacrifices herself for Hina. But that's all kind of going out the window now.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Oh, please, it's Byakuya. Oh my god.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well...
Yeah, we'd literally kill everybody. I don't know, but...
Right away, I went to Section C and got the poison.
Right.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
Well, no, it was dropped from C.
Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein.
Oh, okay,
powder,
okay.
And that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right?
Yeah, because if she dropped the thing, yeah, there'd be footprints here.
Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
I think Sakura went to Section C. Took the poison out. Yeah, Sakura dropped the thing. That's why she's got powder on her foot. Gave it to Hina, went, here you go, mate. Go and swap this over. I'll give it a chug. Don't worry about it, mate.
Yeah.
Well, if that's true... Isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
Mate, shut your face. How long until we figure it out? Till I uncover the full truth of this case. So the footprints are cleaning the bullet. Source of the powder. No, I think it's the bullet.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
Fine.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
Get fucked.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C.
Yeah,
and
like,
that's where you
it
spilled
seems
the
like
powder, right?
Byakuya seems to have not been... He hasn't got the whole... Nah, that's obviously not the answer. Fuck you.
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein.
So, next idea. So, you know, you were saying, like, Sakura was going to do it, but then Hina was going to do it, but then Byakuya got, like the swap, and then they swapped again. What if Byakuya swapped them over just to fuck shit up? And then Hina did it thinking, oh shit, I've just fucked up, and that's why she's confessing, whereas really it's Byakuya, and he set the entire thing up. He set all three of them up to make them all think they'd killed her. so that he's completely clear out of it, and he set it up ages ago. That's what he's been doing every time he's not been there.
Footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
I mean, so he was saying that. I still thought maybe, like, if you grab the bottle, if you then knocked something, you would jump back to get away from it. It falls, it smashes. Then you, and then again, it wouldn't be look like that though. Unfortunately, that's not a. I don't think that's enough to put them away. Unfortunately,
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
otherwise Byakuya would have been gone ages ago. Were you here, Jane, for when Byakuya just tied up a corpse just because he thought it would be funny? It would make the case interesting. He had nothing to do with the murder. He just thought it would be funny. Oh, fair. That's fair. Fair. Oh, yeah, he's an absolute prick. Absolute twat. Feel free to watch about. I think it's the second murder, so it'll be about 4 episodes in, I think.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
What's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us. Plain and simple.
But why?
If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A.
Yeah, it's coming around the outside. I'd have thought maybe if you jump back, but it would still like cut across B. Which obviously hasn't happened.
So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
well, you see...
What the? What the hell? What's going on here?
What's wrong with you?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
Oh my. I've never seen him look that bad before.
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me.
Hidden?
I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
What?
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Piece of glass?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder.
Shouldn't fucking choke on the glass, eh? Bastard.
I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
Wow, rubbing it hard enough, eh?
But what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then.
Oh, it's the glass from the window.
Hold up. Why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
No. Is it?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Shard of light blue glass found in poison.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
Because the glass is under the bottle.
It was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
Thank you, Jane, for the posture check. Oh.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
Because it was done after.
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it? Where was it the bottle of poison should have... Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the window?
I got it!
It must have happened
bottle of poison was
afterwards.
left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked.
What the fuck? She put it back after, but yeah, that's why the bottle's on top, because she swapped them out.
There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
So literally, Sakura drank the poison, sat it somewhere, and then when Hina came in, took it to the chem lab, swapped, poured the powder into that, took this back, put the protein powder down. Yeah, okay.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there.
I just kind of figured we kind of did all that. They wouldn't have had time because Kyoko was watching, for example.
That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
Oh,
I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here. It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it?
so this is
anything
when
like
we
that?
learn.
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Otherwise, we'd have noticed
Oh,
it.
come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
As you can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone bought the protein can after it was opened. Oh.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible.
What?
It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was... No.
It wasn't mate. The issue is Kyoko's adding more points while Celeste's dead, which you know is the shame. But
Glass scattered all around the room, right?
also highlighting.
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. She also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken.
Fucking idiots.
So it had to be after we got into the room.
Yeah, fucking what?
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
Damn, she's good.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it?
Well,
As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
nope.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was?
Yep.
Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Get wrecked, son.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
I don't fucking know. I got poison from the chem lab and bought it. Oh yeah, we fucking know.
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
Yep.
What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
It's not a lie. So I definitely went to section C. You already showed me the evidence I need. I have to hit Hina with it and make her accept it. Here we go.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong!
I forgot to reload.
I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
Get wrecked, son.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
Yes.
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it?
Looks kind of like poopy brown, but yeah.
So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the
No worries,
powder from the
Jane.
chem
Enjoy
lab?
your sleep, Cs.
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing.
So this was suicide, but Hina tried to cover it up? I'm so
Which is how
confused.
she was able to avoid getting it all over
I don't know
herself.
what this means in terms of like who the blackened is more what I'm confused at.
But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her inside.
Unless it was literally Hina, like... I don't know.
Is there any problem with my thinking?
Kind of like a werewolf, where if no one's the werewolf and everybody agrees that no one's the werewolf, we're all safe and we all win.
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
Correct.
No! It was me! The poison!
What are you on about? Stop it!
Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
We still don't know why Hina's trying to pull... So Hina tried to get everyone else blamed, which would have still killed everyone. Then Hina's now just trying to pull the blame onto herself, which, if it is suicide and we think it works that way, would still kill everyone. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Sakura's the black, and obviously she doesn't win. The one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. We couldn't do this before. I'm pretty sure. Or could we?
Here's my answer.
Boom!
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
Oh, I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Fuck it, I don't know.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than
But then why did Hina hide it? Oh, I can't wait to know the actual whole reason behind this one. Because yes, it was suicide. We knew that pretty much from the start. But we have no idea what that alludes to in the grand scale of things.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Still trying to blame Byakuya even at the very
The
end.
mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath.
Trying to die in peace and people are smashing her over the head with bottles, the poor bastards. Just trying to die in peace, can you stop hitting me with bottles?
And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina?
But why? You want to accept it? Want to do a Byakuya? Just fuck shit
You
up?
did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door.
Ah, okay, yes.
Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right?
I remember it now saying it because I was like that kind of image, it's like, right, well, she's gonna run away and kill herself now. Oh.
I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
So we'll get them. I don't get the others. Ah, okay. I forgot about that, but obviously it's been a week.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can.
Yep.
Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
Got everyone. Oh god. Oh, she's dead then.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
That's fair.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death.
Oh.
That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison, vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
So Hina was also trying to commit suicide by making it look like it was her?
No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
Yeah.
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
Definitely an interesting way of doing it though. Jesus.
Nothing's over!
Obviously I've been saying for a while, it's like she was going to commit suicide. Didn't think it would be this way.
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Oh god. It's going to be so fucking difficult. So, goes through, slips under the doors. Whoa, 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 whoa. She goes in. Shits herself, hides in there. Yeah, it just kind of went back and forth a few times. But we kind of, you know, we kind of thought it was Hina, but... Wait, what? Oh, no, right, okay. Yeah. So, Bosch. Oh, no, it's the wrong one. That's her coming out. That's her going in. So, her, here, smash. Because his is the one with that in it. Let's write Taco in there. Yeah, I thought it was going to be Taka or Hina. I didn't think it was going to be Sakura, but obviously when she was revealed as the spy, she died. I kind of figured it was like sacrificing herself for Hina. So then she left that. put the magazine in upside down. Oh yeah, we don't even know what the hostage was. Bush fainted. Bush woke up. Crack. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what we were thinking. Clean that up. Then Sarah gets back and be like, that was annoying. Oh my god, hello. Let's pocket this and run away. I'm pretty confident with that.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko.
Oh shit, yeah. I didn't even think of that.
She got there one step ahead of everyone else.
Surely it still doesn't count though, because they didn't do it. They didn't do the... They didn't put the plan in action, they just reacted as they saw it. Wait, what? Oh, okay, it's the other way around. It's the other way around. That's fine. Yeah, now that you've said it.
One of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
We'll soon find out.
She crawled into the locker to get out of sight.
But it looks like Sakura's trying to frame those three as well. So I'm wondering if maybe it was arranged between Sakura and Hina to get everybody killed. That's still my running theory, but...
Then,
otherwise it would have just been a suicide.
she saw Sakura enter the room.
Yeah, we don't know what would have happened then.
Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked.
Bosh!
Without
Get boshed!
he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it.
Oh, okay.
Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime.
But if Hina gave Sakura the sweets to give to them... I don't know what effect that has on anything, but...
He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her.
That's the thing, at this point we still don't really know the true motive behind it, which I think kind of says volumes for suicide, I guess, but...
But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out.
Get boshed twice.
And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards.
Sakura is such a fucking tank. Gets bashed twice, gets bashed in the head twice with a glass bottle, and then gets herself back up, brush herself off, to then just down some poison.
But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture.
Yeah, but then drink the... If you put the locked room, then make it look more like suicide.
And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide.
Yeah, so Hina knew that it was suicide. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, we knew that. Okay.
Quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground.
Oh! So because Hina knew about it, she's an accomplice?
And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm still like, okay.
In an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
Whew.
That's the full truth of the case.
I guess we'll find out.
Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you...
Cause I'm Mince. Get fucked, you bitch.
How did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
I mean, it was absolutely Kyoko, but you know.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case.
Cause you're a sack of shit.
See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Cool. Did well on that one.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right.
You seriously forgot?
I mean, no, but...
I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Right, yeah. Yay!
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. But who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire
Okay,
existence.
we're done here.
What did you say?
Crumpets. Yeah, oh, yes. Tea and cupcakes, yes. So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. Well, there's still one thing I don't understand. Ina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet, you? Why'd you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Yeah, because it's exactly what I wanted. There we go. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all you pushed her into a corner. And you all killed her. So that's why
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean?
Let's just run in 2 seconds.
You're gonna take it all of us with you? You breasty fucker.
We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We have to pay for our crimes.
For serious? That's...
What is this?
I still don't understand. But let me explain. I don't realise just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died. Look at this! Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out the nurse's office. I ran after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You try to protect me, but because of me,
Can't forgive this!
my closest friend got hurt. Sakura, because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them. Yeah. Or she was going to kill herself in front of them so that she had all 3 people to be like, yeah, that's what happened, and that's enough people to be like, yeah, fuck it. Whoopsie daisy, oh well. Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you. Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Friends. Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you'd have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... Bosh. You trampled all over her feelings. And you did the unthinkable.
No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
You have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's how far you'd pushed her. That's fucking rough. Oh. Sakura, what happened to you? Hina, you came. This is gonna fucking ruin this scene, me doing it with this voice. Wait right there. I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. Oh my god. This one's rough for some reason. I mean, obviously they're all rough, is more what I mean. I've been alright with it, but for some reason this one feels rough for me. I'm not sure why, but... What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right there. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get some protein she'd asked for, and when I got there, I saw the powder. Yeah, that's fair. Doesn't feel part of the game at this point. And that's when I realised I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please.
Let me in. Please open the door.
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses just like any other person, which was mentioned before. Mentioned the Chihiro murder, actually. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness, that's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. I didn't even realise it. I know. We killed her, all of us. We pushed her into a corner, we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live.
And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial.
Sakura died here and all of us. I want you free of that, of her regrets. No, she didn't. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after that.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking long, and I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
This.
What did you say? Anything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Wow. Fucking hell. You have any opinion on what her suicide note meant? Of course I know what she meant, you're thinking. Concerning me.
In other words,
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious? A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already... Gives a sec. Oh! Oh! You know when your brain just completely fries itself. Oh. Right. Whew. Right, okay. Yep. Oh. Right. Oh. I've been winded. Oh my god. Right. Okay. Oh, I wrote that one. That was all me, baby. This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put it in her room. What? Then? You lied to me? Oh, don't say lie. Makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit. What the actual fuck?
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. I didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You're the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, then, scene, cut!
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For the benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrative voice. But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
Isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Can you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, jeez. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. My good friend, Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
The mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
Ooh. Why is it doing every other... You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
What the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably just worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, their plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? That may be oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just you accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought disharmony, suspicion. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe. And above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my
If
life.
it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then, Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was so weak. Yeah, you're right, I was getting confused. But I don't know. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. Sacrificed so much. No normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you about this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I am truly, truly sorry. But please don't be sad. If I can thwart the mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. Which is why he stopped it. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest of you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I am alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though I hope to show myself through actions and not words, hopefully then they'll see. Yeah, I'm really surprised why Mono's revealing this.
My enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But
This is... I don't understand how she felt. Not at all. They were all close and still.
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one. She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead. He deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone. Hmm? First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with a false suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because you made us remember, we're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred. I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either.
What? Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else.
What do you want?
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember? Your enemy is each other.
Oh yes, he's absolutely right about that.
Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you?
This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game.
Naturally.
Thank you very much. It's actually a female onesie. It's the best I could get. But yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Fine, EF.
Sakura and Hina are both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it appeared to the others have cast aside their fear for this game. There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement, which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What? What's going on?
Now I have only one thing to look forward to. And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me.
Byakuya, does this mean? I am, yes.
Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Oh. Wherever the master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire? Everyone.
Hey.
Well, now you can say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about the good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the time you've all been waiting for. Punishment time. Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna... is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, hold on. Oh, heavens no, just because the Blacken is dead doesn't mean I can just summon whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bear times one rule.
Listen up.
I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So, for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest. A special guest.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Huh? Oh. Ah. Oh shit. Oh, right. You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk. That really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about that grilled goodness. Fried? Boiled? Give me a break. That colour, the smell, the succulence, grilled is where it's at. God. I realise how dangerous it could be. But still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. I might think I'm some inhuman AI, but it's true, so it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, don't be afraid. Enrico's words raced in my heart and soul, and disbelief gave way to raw anger. Anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend. How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up. It wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. And you killed him. Is this what you call animism? Animism? Animosity as well, I'm thinking it's trying to say. Where a soul dwells within all things? Oh, right, okay, no, yeah, animism. Anything is animated, yeah, okay, that's fine. Even, like, laptops? Well, call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. I was trying to find things out, all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually,
Finally? No, I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop. I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the start. Oh, Jesus. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew? And you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
yep.
Well, I mean, the data in the laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Or maybe more like a reward for none of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else, so that we can all get out of here. Aldrich wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life, and for that he was killed. The punishment time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better. Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can even get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everyone who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I disagree, but that's fine. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad. Like, just unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript. Postscript?
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note. Oh, do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here. And so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. In other words, we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so Boot Club is dismissed for today. Well, she said, what did you do to her? Like, just her? But I don't know, like... We thought it was related to the secret room, and then we got jumped in the secret room, so... I don't know.
What? You can't just stop at the most important bit.
It makes your brain rumble and tumble. Huh? It makes you so mad you don't even freaking know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at you, all of you, for hardening your resolve. Well, at least Sakura's not. I can't let any of Yuki's balls have it. But sucks for you, loser. But wait, what's this? What is it now? There's one last 9 in this note. Let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it. Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die. She'll fight you. Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say? Okay, I'm out of here. You guys try and get some rest, you know? And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach your school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about it. Think long. Think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message. Her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us? Kyoga said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over. What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
What? Answer me. What did you do to my body? Mastermind did something to our bodies. What did they say the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? If we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off, and then bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. Are we in a simulation? That's my now assumption. We're in a simulation. And that's where the photos are coming from. But I don't know. No. Just feel awful thinking about it. Yeah, it said don't leave. Maybe like the world's got an apocalypse. We've been put in a simulation to avoid the apocalypse. And if we leave the simulation, we're fucked. So if we were to leave, we'd probably try and get put back in another... I don't know. No, just feel awful thinking about it. Why, you think it's a bomb? Can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo.
So the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone. So, now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up? Yeah, okay, let's get out of here.
But, he will still feel responsible.
Dial back that ego a bit, girl. Kind of mystery someone like you can pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of a challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up.
You three-eyed fucker. Seriously, I'm sorry.
How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone to apologize to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I know what you mean. But then, I'll try.
That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No, 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 no!
I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and my master.
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
That's right. I called you a sleazeball because you are a sleazeball.
Apparently you still have a death wish.
Oh, more biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No, 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 no!
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse give and take me.
It's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is here. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms before long. Night time snuck upon us.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then, sweet dreams, everyone. Good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Please just let me save. I descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. Can't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. The night still wasn't but the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. What? Get up. Wake up. Huh? Voice dragged me from my deep slumber into... Why is it green? Into a hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were still open.
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
Oh, man. Oh, I need to finish the stream. Oh, let's see. But, wait, but my door? It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious? Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it? 3 o'clock in the morning, of course. It's 3 AM. Why was Kyoko wake me up at this hour?